There is a calling card you can unlock in Modern Warfare Zombies for killing a Warlord within the first 7 minutes of a match. Now, only 1% of people have actually achieved this, so I decided I would give it a go and see if I can do it solo. I already had a lot of good loot from my Dark Ether runs, so I figured I would use that, store it in my tombstone, and I figured I would leave random squad fill on just in case anything went wrong. My first goal was to make a lot of money and make sure that I got the Legacy Fortress keycard and make sure that I had Tombstone, because I didn't have a perk saved, so I was either going to do the free Tombstone on the map or just buy one from a Tombstone perk machine. I got lucky and I got Tombstone out of the first contract I did. Very nice. Now I had to get the Legacy Fortress keycard, which if you don't know how to get it, you have to basically go to a Merc camp and get a Merc Stronghold keycard, and then you have to go and unlock the safe in the Merc Stronghold. The Merc camp went very easily and I managed to get into the Merc Stronghold, but I went down very quickly and I didn't have enough self-revives. So a top tip for going to the Merc Stronghold is make sure you've got plenty of self-revives or take a dog with you. Now luckily my random teammate heard my plea for help and he came and saved me and helped me finish the Merc Stronghold safe. Once the safe was open, I grabbed the 3 plate and put that in my backpack because I was going to use that for my next run, and made sure that I got the Legacy Fortress keycard and went to the buy station. I got myself a large backpack and a self-res to throw in my tombstone, and then I went and rebought my tombstone perk. Now you have to find a nice little spot near Legacy Fortress. I recommend doing it in tier 1 rather than tier 2, and that is where I was going to put my tombstone. I threw my Juggernaut suit in my backpack as well as a Legacy Fortress keycard and made sure I had all my other awesome loot ready to go. I decided not to leave any perks in there as that was the easiest thing that I could load in with next round if I really wanted to. Also, I did have limited backpack space. I let myself get killed and then I told the teammate not to res me this time, and I let him exfil just to be sure it didn't glitch out on me. When I was loading in, I would recommend a good close range gun like the Lockwood. Even at Pack-a-Punch level 2 with a legendary tool, this thing does crazy damage. And I took in depth perception because I wanted to try and see the booby traps as I was going through the fortress, a ray gun because ray gun is amazing, and speed cola plus 2 Pack-a-Punch crystals. Now, was the game going to give me a kind spawn so I actually had a chance at doing this? It wasn't too bad, and I hopped on an ATV to get to my tombstone as quick as possible. I looted up and headed over to the fortress. Now by this point already a few minutes had gone past, so I needed to move fast. I read somewhere that someone had recommended using your jug suit first to break in, so I figured I would give that a shot. However, my jug suit glitched, so I didn't have that, so I just had to run my way in with the ray gun and dodge all the snipers and sentry guns as I was going in. The key thing that I would say in this situation is just make sure you've got a dog and a self-revive. If you have those two things, you're gonna be okay as you go through this. Ether Blade took care of the riot shield guy, so now I just had to watch out for traps as I went through. Unfortunately, these mercs are still really overpowered and I got down very easily, but when you're on the floor, if you have a pistol or a ray gun, the dog will revive you, but while you're waiting, you can still take out enemies while you are downed. This is actually a really good strategy, and it's an easy way to clear out some of the enemies in the fortress. Now, as you come up the steps, the traps get intense. There is a tripwire, lots of suppression mines, and Legacy will throw grenades at you, as well as dummies that if you shoot them, you'll get flashbanged. I found this very difficult, not because of the enemies, but because of all the stupid traps that are in here. I got down 2 more times and I felt like I was running out of time. On my ass, I started shooting at Legacy and I was right at his feet and eventually managed to blast him with the ray gun. But luckily the challenge still counted whilst I was down. There is one other thing you might want to take out of the reward rift, which is there might be some good loot, but guaranteed there is going to be a Haymaker blueprint in there that you can exfil with, and you'll get it as a contraband for future zombie runs.